All right, y'all. We live.
Okay.
Y'all talk while I get something going.
Oh,
Talk
now
amongst yourselves. We're live, but I want to make sure I can pull up the YouTube so I can answer questions in it if anyone has questions. We're live. We're gonna do an open Q&A with the Two Funcles. If y'all have any questions, please ask questions. So talk
you heard
amongst
it, baby?
yourselves.
She said, "Talk amongst ourselves while she get it together." Now, all that time, she should have had it together.
Right.
How? I couldn't go live without him because then he would have been upset. We just spent like an hour. But now that we're live, I got to go click in it so I can answer questions if anyone may have questions. Is that okay with y'all?
Yeah.
If anybody got questions,
I got questions. Yeah.
what are you looking at, Kia?
Go, get out of here, dog.
Okay, so I see that we are live. I want to make sure we're in.
We're in.
We are in. And we're
Been
going to
live.
just...
Been live for 1 minute and 14 seconds.
Are you able to see it on your phone, Uncle Bobby? On your YouTube?
Yeah.
Oh, you can see it? Okay, that's good. Perfect. All right. So we're going to ask some questions. I'm going to ask you guys some questions, and we're just going to get your opinion. Give me a second because I'm going to share the link with people so they can come in.
Albert Einstein.
What? What?
That man, but okay.
Who's Albert? What's the problem? You got a problem with him?
No, I want to make sure that when I answer my questions, I sound like he does. I know what I'm talking about.
Sound the best that you can be. Okay.
I want to make sure I know what I'm talking about. I don't want to be, on live and sound like a dummy.
You on live right now?
And I don't want to sound like a dummy. Rest in peace, DMX.
That's a great way to start it off. That's right. Rest in peace, DMX.
He has joined a lot of.
Okay, now you sound through.
Huh?
No.
He has joined a bunch of brothers, great MCs, now in heaven.
Yeah.
What's that?
That's probably
They're buzzing, right?
Yeah.
maybe that's Funkle Raymond's phone.
That was my phone. That wasn't my phone.
Yes.
Hey, I don't like the NBA no more.
Why? What's wrong with the NBA? I love the NBA. What's the problem?
Basketball is getting so. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. What happened with it?
It's too much money in all sports. All sports are going to be like that.
You know what?
Except for hockey.
But you know what's getting me about baseball now? All this replay and what's all of that about now?
It's too much money in sports now, so you don't play it like you used to play it. It's too much money. The owners pay out too much. The players will make too much. It's just too much money in sports, so everybody's being protected. Everything is.
So
You
even
protect the product.
So hold on. So what's this thing for strikes and balls? They go to the camera?
You want to get it right.
It's getting very bad in sports now. Very bad.
I agree.
Huh?
I agree, but that's where we're at.
I'm just waiting for them to turn football into two-hand touch.
Flag football.
It's getting horrible. And you need to bring me on your sports show, Waiver Wire Queen, because this don't make no sense. That I want to get a little Q&A on your sports show, and you don't bring me up. What's wrong? Will I ask you a question that you can't answer?
I doubt it, but all you're gonna do is complain about your team, and I can't help you with the fact that your team isn't that good.
I will
Tell the owner of your teams to hire the waiver wire queen, and then maybe your teams will have better seasons. Until then, it's not going to happen. Nope, it won't happen.
I won't even talk about the Giants, Queen.
Hey, don't.
I'm sorry, the Steelers. We'll leave them out, Queen. I haven't been following them since the coaching change, so I'm good right there. But are you sure that I won't hit you with some of them Giants questions that might kind of throw you off a little bit?
The Giants stink.
I doubt it.
The Giants need a legitimate quarterback.
I doubt it. How dare you talk about the Giants? You only been a fan for 4 months, and you sitting on here with a jersey from another team anyway. So.
Oh yeah, well, listen. I dug into the closet and pulled out an old Alan Faneca shirt. But at least he has the Cowboys, which he's representing, Steelers, which I'm representing, and you have one shirt.
You got a problem with my shirt?
I'm just saying.
No, you got a problem with my shirt. What you say?
I'm just
It's
saying.
not a team. It's just
You got a
shirt.
problem with my shirt? I know you ain't talking about my shirt. Don't let me come on out the PA, and don't let me come out the PA now.
All right, then.
I know I may know a little karate, a little bit.
Well, okay,
wait a
while.
PA.
Is it one of your special shirts that you have on your market? Because I'm waiting for mine to come. So it's not even one of your shirts.
I got a notification yesterday that your stuff was shipped out. Thank you for the support. Y'all can check out Dream Elite Strive for Excellence, excellence with an X, apparel.com. We have 15% off this weekend, so check it out. Big Rob, your merch will be there sometime this week.
And on the next live, I will sport it. But how about you? How dare you not sport some of your attire for our live fans to get a look at? I mean, what's going on here?
You want to put me out there like that? Well, why don't you have it? Oh no, you don't. And Funkle Raymond, where's your apparel?
All right, now
my apparel's right here. My apparel's right here. Dallas Cowboys.
That's right, because remember, you just said
and a nifty little Dallas Cowboy hat. And I gotta say, my sister-in-law brought me this stuff. So now there.
Shout out, give a shout out. Go on and give a shout out.
Now there,
Welcome, Uncle Bobby. Give Cowboy. A shout out to Aunt Robin and her show.
Oh, that, no doubt about it. But I can't think of the name of the show right now. So I'll get next on the next one. Don't listen.
Wait a minute! No. We've been dealing with that since last year. I've been asking you to get that information since last year. What is the problem?
I keep forgetting the name of it. That's my business. That's my bad. Oh, but still, how come you don't have on one of those pretty shirts?
Not today. If you watch me,
we want you to throw the design up and show us what you're working with.
If you watch me this week coming up, you'll see me in one of my shirts.
Because remember, my order is on the way.
So that means you're telling me that on the next episode, you'll have on one of those shirts, right? I better not see you come out with no 1980s jersey or anything like that, right?
It's Pro Bowl jersey. Pro Bowl. It's
no one watches the Pro Bowl. Come on now.
I know. I know.
What's that, a song? You got a song you coming out with? Nobody watches the Pro Bowl.
The Pro Bowl is the worst part of football. But just like the NBA, nowadays it ain't even East and West. It's whoever's playing now. That's why I stopped watching sports. But that's not why I stopped watching the Steelers. That's a whole nother topic we won't get into.
I understand. Big shout out to who's watching. We got a few people watching live. Big shout out to 9mm. That's right. We agree the Cowboys stink.
Billy,
we need to block out his hat and his shirt. And a big shout out to David. What's up? How y'all doing out there? Y'all got any questions for the Funkles on anything? It could be any of the videos that we've released. Any questions you guys have for the Funkles, especially you, Dave? I know you had some thoughts about one of the videos we released on Georgia election law. So you got any questions on that?
I got a question. When 9mm new album coming out? I want the new album. I want the video.
That's a good question. Can he answer that? 9mm. What's going on? Can you answer that question for Big Rob? When that album dropping?
I want that album. I want that video.
Question for Big Rob. where your drink at, Big Rob? And that's exactly how he said it.
Wait, I tell him I got that, and I'm still saving that. So when he get up here, it'll be fresh and ready to drink. And hold on. We got a little Grand Marnier, this to add with it. So when the drinking start, it'll be good. It'll be good.
Okay. Yeah, no alcoholic beverages. We are PG-13 show.
Right, we're a PG-13 show.
All right, so
it's not open. That means
9mm said his album is coming out summer 21, so that's coming up soon. That's coming up soon. So it's called Loyalty is Everything. Drop summer of 2021. If you haven't already done so, go on and pick up that. We're not going in stores anymore, but check out all major music platforms for his album Locked and Loaded, released September of 2020. Check it out. Solid album. Maybe we'll have him on the show so you guys can, get him to bust a freestyle, because I've been missing them freestyles from 9mm. That's what I've been missing. Or if he don't want to join, then maybe I need to get back to my 90s flow and just throw something out there for y'all. What you think?
Well,
no, y'all don't want me to get on and rap.
If y'all gonna rap, Funkle Ray, throw that thing down like y'all used to throw it down. I hit you with the beat, and you just go ahead and do that thing.
So I can't get over there.
No, I was gonna put a verse or two on 9mm stuff. I put a verse or two on it for him. I don't know if he'd be able to handle the cash flow that's gonna come in after I do that, but
All right, so I got a question. It's coming from David. We're gonna start with Big Rob. So he says, I felt like y'all didn't touch on Stacey Abrams being the reason for this change, and you didn't touch on the ID and mail-in voting changes they made. So some of that is part of Q&A questions I have. So I'm going to jump right into this question, and then we're going to start with Big Rob. You're going to have 45 seconds to answer this question. And when I stop you, please don't try to put me on punishment, because, we're not doing that out. All right. I already got I got Funkle Ray already trying to put me on punishment.
Let me call sis and tell sis somebody needs you on punishment.
All right. So obviously we have this new Georgia election law, if you're in the state of Georgia. So they did away with the signature match, which I don't know why anybody would still be using a signature match in this day and age. So now they're going to be required to show they show their driver's license number, state ID. Some other forms will be the last four of their social, possibly a bill. So Big Rob, what are your thoughts on them doing away with the signature match and requiring identification in the form of driver's license, ID, social, etc.? What are your thoughts on that?
Well, as far as signature match, people's handwriting changes. You can't always say how you wrote 5 years or 10 years ago is going to match. My handwriting has changed. So doing away with that, they should have. As far as needing all of this extra, I mean, the average person should have ID. You really can't argue about that. But you don't have to get the Social Security card and all that stuff there and a bill. That's ridiculous, because on a average ID, it's going to have address and all the information that's needed. So signature comparison, foolish. Normalized state ID, definitely. I can see that as a requirement.
All right, time's up. Funkle Ray, what are your thoughts?
Well, as far as the signature, everybody's signature change over time, and that's foolish. I think that's foolish. Just up there, that's foolish, because your signature does change. And as far as ID, as long as you got state ID, then what's the problem? And that's all I have to say about that. There's not really much you can say about it. And as far as the Stacey Abrams thing, I don't know at what point they were talking about Stacey Abrams, but from which show that you was referring to, if we were talking about Stacey Abrams, we would have mentioned Stacey Abrams. But if we were talking about other things dealing with the election law where Stacey Abrams wasn't involved, that's why we didn't cover Stacey Abrams.
Okay, so let me clarify that for you. So Dave is pretty much saying that is part of the reason why the Georgia election law was signed due to Stacey Abrams and things that she has done to pretty much seal the deal on the two senators back at the beginning of January. So
you know what? I think that whole thing, they just wanted that law to change because Donald Trump came in and felt that he was cheated. That's all. Because let's put it like this: if there was no voter fraud, Stacey Abrams didn't change anything. The only thing she did was she got people out to vote. So the only thing what they're trying to do is say, the ones that don't have ID, we won't have to let them vote. So we know there's going to be a lot of black and brown that don't have ID. So we know they won't be able to vote. That's all that was, because there was no voter fraud. Everything was well. You got an ex-president that's trying to get 12,000 votes from nowhere. So, they're still stuck on this. This was the way that they pleased Donald Trump, to think that there was some kind of cheating. That's all it was. Okay. The only thing she did was she actually got people that didn't want to vote to vote. And you got to give her a big up for that.
All right, I agree with you on that. I'm with you. She did a hell of a job. I wish she would come to Texas, but now that they have signed that law, she gonna stay right down there and work her magic. Exactly. People just gonna have to find another way. You always have to adjust at some point in time to something, and unfortunately, they've added all these different obstacles for people to vote. When people try to vote, you're just gonna have to pretty much adjust and get out there and vote. That's it. Another thing, and we're gonna start with Funkle Raymond. So,
there you go again.
Before this, look, what you trying to do? What you trying to do over there, huh? What you trying to do? Okay, you trying to sit there and let Kia do her thing. Okay, so also with this law, prior to the law being signed in, you could absentee balloting. Absentees. Let me rephrase that. You were allowed to request your absentee ballot 180 days. You can 180 days. That has been reduced to 78 days. What are your thoughts on that, Funkle Raymond? Went from requesting your ballot 180 days to 78 days. What are your thoughts? You're on the clock.
You know what? I don't want to say the wrong thing and make people get the wrong idea. I don't think that matters. I think people know that when the election is coming up. And I think people need to just be on it. Don't sit around and wait to request absentee ballots or anything. When you know there's an election coming, request absentee ballot. So I don't think that should play a big part in it. I think people just waiting for things and then go, oh, by the way, I need to do this. That's why the extra time is necessary. If you want to vote, if you really want to vote, day one that you can request the absentee ballot, you should be requesting the absentee ballot. Don't wait for 100 days. Don't wait for 70 days. Don't wait. Request it on day one. Request it on day two. You don't have to wait to request it. Don't sit on your hands.
Stop. I done gave you a few extra seconds. Big Rob, what are your thoughts?
Oh, no, I agree 100%. 78 days to me is too much. When you get that paper, send it. Don't wait no time, because now you see the games they're up to. So Why put it in your top drawer and then on 168 day pull it out? No, I agree with him 100%. When you get it, you know it's time to vote. Get it in. Start doing it, because they're going to try to take it away from you.
All right. Perfect. I mean, I don't have any issues with that. In my own situations, I feel like if I have the more time I have, then I'm usually waiting to closest to that time as it runs up. So I don't feel like this is a bad thing. Like I said, you have to adjust when things change. So from 180 to 78, I'm not opposed to that. And we, you just have to make the adjustments. Okay. So that's some good dialogue on that. Y'all have any final thoughts on the election law, state of Georgia? Big Rob?
No.
30 seconds.
People need to understand that they're coming after your votes. They don't want your votes there anymore. So go make sure you give them your votes.
Uncle Ray?
Well, I don't want to address the what's going on in Georgia. You know what you need to do as far as Georgia's concerned. I'm just saying, for everybody who, in the sound of my voice, vote every election. You got to vote every single year. There's an election, so vote every single election. Don't just wait for the major ones, the presidential or the midterms. Vote for the in-between ones, the ones for the state offices and the resolutions to the resolutions to the resolutions. Vote for every election, because next thing you know, they'll be removing your name off the voters list because you don't vote.
Okay. Got another question. What are your thoughts on the COVID-19 vaccine? Do you think people should be running out and rushing to get the vaccine? We're going to start with Funkle Ray.
Well, I just got my vaccine Tuesday, and I take my next dose on May 4th, and I didn't have major side effects. I mean, I don't know if the fatigue that I felt day one, had anything to do with it. Maybe it was a mind thing. Maybe I just heard people say that, so I felt that's what I felt also. But I think you should go out and get it. I think we should care. If we don't want it for ourselves, we should want to take it to protect somebody next to us. Because I don't want to get it and then pass it on to somebody who I love because I didn't take the vaccine. So,
all right, time's up. Big Rob, what are your thoughts?
Well, my co-host thought I had the coronavirus, and she kept picking at me about it. But because I had headaches and back pain. I took the first shot. I had some reaction from the first shot, but I do recommend my next shot is April 19th. I don't have the coronavirus. Thank you, co-host. Yeah, America, get that vaccine because these variants keep changing.
All right, and my response to Big Rob, I recall back in March of 2020 when I had severe allergy issues, and all you kept saying was I had the Rona. Now you were in denial a few weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, about having the Rona. You were even in denial about being sick or having any symptoms. Oh, it's hot in here. Oh, I can't move my back, my legs and arms and everything hurt. I'm coughing, but I ain't sick. Sounds sick to me. Ooh, I have a fever, but I'm not sick. I'm coughing, but I'm not sick. That's just a little cough. That's just a little cough. And you wouldn't even say it was due to the symptoms from getting the shot. So
you see, you
may have had the Rona, and I recommended you, going to get tested. But again, no, I'm not sick. I just missed work for 2 days, but I'm not sick. Okay.
As you can see, just more cough. The cough is all gone now.
Last weekend he was coughing, but I'm not going to put you.
I'm sure we will past 45 seconds.
I'm the host. I'm running this. I'm not even on a timer. Okay, I don't get time. You get time. And with that kind of attitude, you only gonna get 30 seconds. Okay. I'm just saying. Okay, I am just saying. Let's see what the viewers are saying. 9mm confirmed. CFO confirmed last week that after you get the second shot, it only lasts for 6 months.
So that means we'll be taking this every year, huh?
Dave says he got his shot. He's throwing the strong arm thing up, saying it's all good where he's at.
Yeah, but if they only saying 6 months, we'll be taking it again next year.
I haven't gotten my shot. I probably could have gotten it weeks ago, and probably could have gotten it this past week. But I'm just gonna wait. I'll let all of you guys get it, and then check with you.
Hey Ray,
I can't afford to have those headaches. Like when I was sick last year, the headaches I had, I do not want to experience those again. So I will just wait. And wait.
You heard her what she said when she was sick. Told you.
Exactly. And see, you haven't gotten your second shot. Most of the people I know, they've gotten both shots. They were sick on the second shot, so they had the severe headaches and everything. So it was a reversal for you. But let me know how you feel when you get that second shot, and don't hide it from me, because I think you was hiding a little bit too much from me and Funkle Ray. You were keeping us out of the loop. We know, Funkle Ray, we here. We know what was really going on, but we're gonna let you make it, Big Rob.
Okay. Somebody I worked with had the vapors, and I was close to them. Okay, but we got our shots. Should we avoid you?
You can't. You can avoid me. I mean, we got like multiple states in between us, so we already avoiding each. Unless you're trying to say you want to avoid me virtually, then I'm not going for that. I will not allow you to avoid me virtually. So don't even try. I'm
trying to protect myself. I'm trying to protect myself. Are you on board?
Hey, you were the only person out here coughing and sneezing and hot and taking days off because you were sick. I've been good. So,
but I passed my test.
You didn't even take the test.
I took my shots.
What that got to do with the test?
That means have you heard a cough?
You were just coughing last Saturday. And Funkle Ray, he didn't even let us know at first that he called off from work. He didn't even let us know.
Well, don't let him fool you. He was fatigued.
Okay, I felt a little fatigue but that could have been a mental thing, because everybody who I hear about it, that's one of the symptoms that they give. So that could have been just a mind thing that I fell into. But I feel fine. You know, I took me to a leave just to make sure I didn't get no headache, and I'm good.
So 9mm says Big Rob getting his second shot in April. He'll need another shot by October.
How about Come on. Come on.
Jesus Lord.
Hey.
Make that up.
You know what? It's around October. I start dropping in those vacations, so I'll be able to hide home. But if they tell me I got to take it again in 6 months, then I think I'll have to pass then.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I'll still be waiting to make that decision. I'm still like, I don't know. I don't even get the flu shot, so.
Tell
and I haven't had the flu, and I'm knocking, so I don't, jinx myself.
Let 9mm know I'm going to get the master blend.
He said he's going to go get some alcoholic beverages. This is PG-13. We don't talk about that. Well, after the episode we recorded earlier, I don't know if we PG-13 on that one.
The episode before was a little bit raw.
Two Funcles and Denise has crossed over to a zone that we cannot cross back over to.
Y'all wanted to do that type of episode, which I think is.
She put us in the zone, and then when we get in the zone, she want to knock us out.
All right, so we let me just say this, okay? Did you ever hear me use the F word? No,
I didn't either.
Uncle Raymond, he used the F word so much. I'm like,
it's implied. I mean, everybody know what STFU stands for, you know.
Yeah, Raymond, you was deep in the zone. You was F this and F. I thought you were just gonna just go off. I thought you was gonna
No,
do.
but everyone knows what we're talking about, so you might well, if it slip out, rather than instead of going STFU, you go shut the, you know, it slip out. We not PG no more.
Remember Bernie Mac did that skit? You seen that mother? I thought you was gonna do a whole skit of just F you all the way through, and then you threw a B in there. I was like, wow.
Inappropriate language, making my life harder.
I mean,
now I gotta go out here and edit all this crap. Well, since we are live, and I'm only gonna give you 30. No, I'll stick with 45 because I don't want to stress you out. And this is we're keeping it at that. We got 9mm. He's commenting, and so he actually made me aware of this topic.
Go for it,
Hubert Davis. Big Rob, what are your thoughts on his statement? Quickly. Let us know what you think. Let us know what you think, Big Rob. Go on.
He has a white wife, but we don't know her name or anything. So he has a white wife. He's proud of that too. He's not proud of his wife. He's proud that she's white. So yeah, he's a good boy. He's a good boy. So when they start the big ball and bringing them into the stadium, the white wife will go first. And Hubert David will lose his job within a year or two. Thank you.
Okay. Funkle Raymond, what are your thoughts on his I'm gonna say it was his press conference, his speech. I'm gonna call that a speech because I feel like it was a speech.
Okay, well, I don't want to go off on him. I really don't, because I'm not in his head, so I can't say what he meant. I just think he came for something and he was unprepared. He didn't know what to say, and he just started talking and he just said the wrong thing. I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt of that. I have to. I got to give him the benefit of the doubt, because what he said sound really stupid, and I'm just hoping that what he said was accidental. It was just not being prepared.
Well, you think when his wife heard it, she gave him the benefit of the doubt? I doubt that. I doubt she said, "Oh, you couldn't mention me by name. You called me your white wife."
Allegedly, we're gonna say allegedly. We don't really know if that happened. These are just our thoughts and how we feel.
I'm just saying, I doubt his wife let him get away with that one. I doubt that, because I'm quite sure she felt like even if a black woman would have felt like, is that all I meant to you? I was just your white wife, and our kids were mixtures of us.
For me, I'll say that, I honestly think it was a speech that he wrote and someone reviewed it and it checked for pass, and all he had to do was, I can't tell him what to do. You do what you want. He's his own man, I'm gonna assume. But you could have just said, I want to thank my wife and kids for, sticking by me, for being supportive. And he made it about race, but then you have people who feel like, well, and you're always going to have these people, when we see a lot of firsts for African Americans, they're always going to say, well, why did they making it about race? Like when we had first African American refs in football, why do they have to mention race? Think about it. 2021, we are still on our first African American for different things. Why in 2021 are we still like, oh, first African American or black person for this and that? We are still having first in 2021. So I thought that was a great accomplishment. But hell, do North Carolina really truly have their first after that statement? I don't know. I'm not going to judge him. He said what he said, and that's how he felt. I'm not judging him, and I'm gonna stay away. I don't watch North Carolina basketball anyway, so
yeah, there you go.
He's not for me. I don't care. He's not for us.
You don't watch college sports. Waiver wire queen.
I don't. It's just not for me. I am a professional, and I like professional sports.
Oh my God.
I'm in a professional world, so I deal with professional sports. Remember that. Remember that, Big Rob. Okay.
Oh God. Where do all those professional players come from?
Some of them in gutter college. Braun in gutter college. So
yeah,
okay.
That's one. Go on. How many more?
Kobe.
2. Go ahead. How many more?
KG.
3. That's go on. How many more?
I'm not gonna sit here and name everyone. You see it all the time in Major League Baseball where they don't go to college. So
yes, but
hey,
when you look at, here's
a good question. No. Here's a good question, especially since you watch college sports. What are your thoughts? And we're gonna start with Big Rob since you're big on college sports. What are your thoughts about the March Madness and the food in the gym for the women versus the food in the gym for the men? Do you think that was an issue? Do you see that as an issue in sports?
Yeah, that was ridiculous. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, come on now. These girls are playing just as hard as the guys, and you want to treat them like they second class? Oh no, that was ridiculous. I thought that was madness there. How dare you? I mean, what their gym? What they had one weight but oh no. We can't have that. We can't have that happen again. Absolutely.
I got more weights in my house than they had.
That was ridiculous. I know. I couldn't even see that. What was that? Just small rack of barbells, and that was it. That was just. And the food. Did you see the food that they? Oh my goodness! What? I understand that they get more money as far as what the guys are concerned, but come on, you're still getting some money with the women playing their tournaments. So absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely.
All right, Funkle Raymond, any thoughts on that? I don't know if you were able to see the food that they were serving the women opposed to what they were serving the men.
No, I don't follow college. I don't follow college sports at all. You know, I'm not big on college sports. But I think male, female sports, everybody should be treated equally. If you're doing the same thing, if you entertaining the masses, equally, then you should be treated equally as far as in the locker room and on the field, on the court, whatever.
And I think they should start paying them too.
College athletes.
Yes, absolutely. I do think they should be paying these kids. It don't have to be it don't have to be contract salaries, but I do think they should give them, because they play these sports and the money that they generate for these sports, there should be a nice allowance for these kids. You know what I'm saying? Hey, they got to eat and they got to buy books and things too. Why should they keep getting themselves deeper into debt with these student loans when these they're paying these coaches, millions of dollars? Where they getting that money from? So no, I think these college students, these sports college students should start getting some kind of decent allowance.
I agree. Here's another question. So recently there's been a lot of discussion on WNBA versus NBA and how the women's salaries is not comparative to the men's. Do you feel like it should be? Big Rob, it's on you.
Know what? You know what the problem with it is? It's the crowd size. A WNBA games they don't get that kind of crowd size to be paying women, $20, $30 million. So if they were getting that kind of crowd sizes and the memorabilia, shirts and things like that was selling like NBA players, yes, they deserve greater salaries. But I just don't see it happening. You don't see the girls, even the girls buying WNBA jerseys and things like that. So, there's a big problem as far as salary because it's just not the same kind of crowd sizes.
Okay, good answer. Uncle Ray, any thoughts on the salary?
I don't follow. I'm not big on basketball, period. So, I don't know as far as their pay and stuff like that. I don't even know how many games they play it in the course of a year, a season. So I really can't comment on it. I don't want to comment on it foolishly. So
So for me, I'll say that I don't watch WNBA. Honestly, I don't even know when the games. I don't even know when their season starts or ends. Normally, when I hear about the WNBA, it's the finals just ended and this team won. I watched as a kid. My team was the Houston Comets. Comets. I don't think they have that team anymore, and I was a fan of Swoops, and that was thanks to Big
Swoops and
Rob.
yeah, Coop. Yep.
However, I had a jersey and everything, but to me, I don't feel like there's enough advertising because I never know, and I'm looking around for sports stuff, and I just never know. So
Exactly.
if there is going to be that
Yeah.
difference in salary, because obviously the NBA everywhere, everything. We don't necessarily know everything that's going on with WNBA.
Yeah.
Do I feel like their salary should increase? Yes. I still feel like it's a bit low, but I don't think they're gonna pay them the same as NBA players, because you got to take into consideration revenue and
Yeah.
fans and
Yeah.
deals.
Yeah.
Do they have a larger TV deal than the NBA? I doubt it. But do I feel like the salary should increase? I do.
Yeah.
But I feel like, hey, I need to see more marketing, and maybe I'll watch. Like right now, I can't say who I would root for because I'm not even sure, what teams are out there. I know the team that I like no longer exists, so I'm assuming I would go with the New York team or the Dallas team. I would support it, but I think we need more. I need to see it out there more.
And they don't do that. Yeah. There's no
Yeah.
advertisement with them.
Because
There's
like
no.
I still got my jersey. I still got my jersey.
Yeah. There's no that star that they really pushing in the WNBA, which they should be. There's a lot of great women basketball players in the WNBA, but they're not pushing any of these names and making them that star like they should. And that's the bad part about it. And you do have some good WNBA games. I mean, I've watched a few of them. Very good games. Push the stars, and they're just not doing it. And it is a shame. It is a shame.
Okay, got a great question here, and we're gonna start with Funkle Ray on this one. This is from 9mm. How do y'all feel about the state of black quarterbacks in the NFL? Are they trending in a positive direction, or will it remain just a handful of them? Funkle Ray?
black quarterbacks in the NFL. How many are there at this stage of the game? I don't even know how many there are at this stage of the game. I wish there could be more, but right now I don't even know how many there are. To be honest,
You can start with the Cowboys. Y'all got Dak.
Dak ain't gonna be around. Dak broke up his leg. Dak can never be the same again.
That's my problem with it right there, Kia. The white quarterbacks are the ones with the great arms, the great passing percentages. The black quarterbacks are the ones that want to run. And when you run, you get hurt. That's the mindset of the black quarterback. Stop running. Learn to survey the field and pass the ball. Because, Dak he would be a great quarterback because he does have the arm. But when you're thinking of running as well, listen, parts break. And when they break, they don't fix right. I would love to see Dak come back 100% and beat that guy. But like Funkle Ray said, is he going to come back and be that guy with that ankle? Who knows?
I think he'll be all right. Obviously, the best quarterback in the NFL, in my opinion, is Patrick Mahomes, and he's black. We got Russell Wilson, we have Watson, we have Jackson, you got Dak, We have a few that's entering the draft this year and are probably going to be drafted fairly high. So you're starting to see more, but what we see is, oh, let's make them a wide receiver, or let's make them this. But this goes back to just the whole first African American coach in North Carolina's history. Like, we have talent. Black people have talent, so we can do the things do things on the same level or even better than people of other race. I don't think we should necessarily always say, well, because you're this race, you're only going to be as good as at this level, or because you're this race, QB, that's not for you, or because you're that race, that you may be better suited at this position. How about we just evaluate on talent instead of looking at the race in anything? Because there are some talented, there are talented black quarterbacks, white quarterbacks. Why do we have to always throw the race? Because it really should be about talent. And I don't know about you guys, but Patrick Mahomes is a hell of a talent. And he can get out the pocket and run, but he's predominantly in the pocket. He's very talented. So just think if they would have been like, well, oh, Mahomes, we don't want you throwing. We're going to try to make you a wide receiver. I mean, really?
Has Mahomes been hurt yet since he's been in the NFL? Has he been hurt?
Yeah, and he's had surgery. Yeah.
Okay, he's been hurt and he's been out, right? Mm-hmm. Tom Brady is 40 what? Mm-hmm. And look at him. Not hurt, not out. It's listen, don't,
because you know the Brady rule, you touch him, and just like they used to say about Michael Jackson, Michael Jordan.
But he missed the whole season hurt.
Eli Manning.
Just like they said about Michael Jordan, can't get too close to him, it's a foul. You can't touch Tom Brady, you're in trouble.
Eli Manning wasn't a runner. He wasn't a quarterback that got hurt like that. Peyton Manning wasn't a guy that ran either.
But he got hurt. He got hurt. He's been out.
But when these guys run, you know what they do that's different? They know when to slide to keep from getting that ugly hit. A lot of black quarterbacks, you know, like Randall Cunningham and Michael Vick, these guys want to go leaping over people, doing things like that. That's the difference. We all see it.
I don't think that got to have anything to do with
it has a lot to do with it.
Anything to do with race. I just think that's what you feel your athletic ability is.
Yeah, and that's the difference. We do that, and that's what get a lot of black quarterbacks hurt early in their career, and it's just not something that you should be doing, even if you're that athletic. I don't want my quarterback to be running and all of a sudden he leap in the air and then here come that free safety that hit him so hard that, you know, his helmet go flying all over the place. I don't want that. I want you to learn to slide. Be that, okay, here they come. I'm on the ground. We don't do that. We got to take that extra hit. I don't want that in a quarterback.
I mean, not necessarily. I mean, all quarterbacks are going to be at risk to get hit and hurt. Brady's injury, he wasn't running. He missed the whole season. Injury. Manning hurt.
I still want
several times hurt.
Quarterback.
If you take a hit in football, you may get hurt, and that's to me for any position. So for me, this is the new quarterback. This is the new quarterback of today's NFL. Some of them are getting out of the pocket. Some of them got great arms, a combination of both. That's to me the new quarterback in today's NFL. And
we got to see how many years these guys last. We got to see how many years these guys last. That's the key of it all. How many years we get out of them?
Yeah, get down and slide. There's some of them that do a great job at that. Kyler Murray, he stay getting down and sliding. He know when to get down because he like, I don't want to take that hit.
Yeah,
and that's
right.
The one thing you gotta know, and that's what to me for any player, you gotta know, like as a wide receiver, you gotta know when I'm gonna get down because you don't want to take that hit.
Yep.
And so for the quarterbacks, you got to know when to slide and get down and do a great job at sliding and getting down and live to see the next down. That's what I say.
Next up.
Any more questions out there in the viewer world?
Yeah, we done got into We ain't got into Waiver Wire Queen's thing, her sports stuff.
Because
Let's
it's
see
not a
what
Waiver
she's
Wire
working.
Queen show. This is a
Let's
Funkle
see
show.
what she
So
what she working with. What she really know about sports.
you can ask me those questions on Waiver Wire show. This is
You
the
got it.
Funkle show. Okay, Big Rob.
I got you.
Oh, okay. This is a good one. This is for Funkle Ray. Somebody is requesting that you get on here and rap. They want a few bars from you. So, are you capable of dropping a few bars?
Let me,
No.
Yeah, let me give you a beat.
Let me give you that Spoonie. Let me give you that Spoonie G beat.
Yeah. No. No.
You got anything for me? Come on.
I'm too old to rap now. I'm almost 60. No.
MC Ray C. Now he's pulling the age thing. Any other time, I'm Funkle Ray. I'm the best thing since like.
I'm not a young man anymore. You know.
Now I'm too old to rap.
Yeah, I'm too old to rap now. I owned the game back in the day. I'm too old to rap now.
Big Rob, you want to encourage him to get bust a freestyle?
Hey, I was gonna do the Spoonie G beat for him.
I'm good. I wouldn't even think. I couldn't even think of a rap at this point. I couldn't even think of none of my old raps. You know.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Come on.
I couldn't even think of a rap at this point. I'm sorry.
You don't wanna kick a freestyle. Come on and let him know how you do it.
I couldn't even think of anything at this point.
Oh, you can start off by saying they call me Ray C.
That was deep. Who actually put something like that?
They call me Ray C. I was rapping since the 70s. Now I'm trying to be retired.
Yeah, exactly.
You can
Retired.
start it like that.
That's it.
Okay,
I'm retired.
this is a great question for someone who loves guns. Big Rob.
Yep.
How do you feel about gun law reform in America?
Oh,
I'll let you go. I'll be right back. Keep on with it.
Gun reform in America.
Yeah, I got to get up too.
Oh my goodness! Everybody getting up and leaving me alive alone. Yes,
We've been on there so long.
We're going to talk about guns. Go out there and get your guns, but get your licenses because they're gonna change the laws on us all. Everybody has their right to carry. Hey, if we're live, how do you people get up and just walk away? That's not how you do a live.
You was holding down the show.
That's not how you do a live show. You don't just get up and walk away. What are you taking
that
for?
That was on you. You was running the show.
Personally, gun reform. Oh man, I don't
How do
believe
you feel about it?
Huh? How do I feel about gun reform?
I think it's necessary myself.
I think depending on what you're going after, if you going after these AR-15s and these fully, 30 clip magazine guns, oh yeah, you got to attack that feverishly. Handguns, leave that alone. Leave that as long as you pass your background check, you good. I have no problem with it. And you got these when they're doing these private shows or private selling. You got to make them go through the whole thing of FBI background checks. I'm all for that full background checks because if not, you're going to keep getting these wild shootings. You also got to make people come up with this thing saying, well, my gun was stolen, but you never reported. And then you got to make them accountable if your gun is used in something. So it's a lot of things, but I'm all for taking away all these AR-15s and these high capacity magazine guns. I don't think nobody needs that.
Yeah, that was 9mm question. Should the government take away assault rifles from private citizens?
There's absolutely no reason for it. I mean, you can't even say that's home protection. Are you gonna really jump up in the middle of the night and grab an AR-15 and start shooting that? You're not gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? Because listen, those bullets will go through a lot of, all this sheetrock walls and things like that. So nobody needs that. Handguns, like I said, as long as you well background checked and there's no red flags, I think anybody should be able to own a handgun as long as you do that. As far as these assault weapons, a shotgun, no problem. Assault weapons, no, I don't see the need of them.
Okay, Funkle Ray, what are your thoughts?
I don't think civilians should own assault weapons at all. Background checks are necessary. If you can own a handgun, if you could clear a background check and own a handgun, that's fine. My thing is this: I don't understand why the people who want guns, who think owning a gun is fine, all the people who actually want more cops. Because what's the sense? What are you carrying a gun for and worrying about having more cops is beyond me. That's what I never understood. Why carry a gun if you're worrying about having more cops? I don't understand. I thought that was the gun for. The gun was for your personal protection. Then what the hell you need the police for? That's it. That's just a tangent I went on.
I mean, I feel like if you want to own a gun, you go through the right process, depending on what state you're in. Does that mean just because I own a gun, we don't need law enforcement? No, I still feel like we need law enforcement, even if people own guns. You just do.
Well, you got to remember, Raymond, what you were saying, you can't go it because gun is personal protection. If somebody's getting you right down, the police not there. I can't count on the police if I'm being got right now. So my gun to carry is to protect me now, not okay. The robber is here. Okay, after he finished with me, I'm gonna call the cops. No, I'm gonna protect myself now, and after I protect myself, I'll call the cops. So the gun has its purpose. That purpose is protect me now.
I understand as far as I understand as having it for protection, but I'm saying that normally people who want more guns or who feel guns are as big a deal as they are the ones who ask to have more cops. Why have more cops if you have more guns?
Well,
it doesn't make sense.
I would like more cops on the street. They're not going to put more cops on the street. Yes.
Why have more cops if you got your own gun? You got your protection.
I would agree with you 100% on that. I would say nobody with guns if there's enough cops on the street. And it's not just the cops, Raymond. The laws. Think about this part of it. You get some knucklehead in jail, and he's back on the street. And what happens? He's doing the same stuff he did when he went to jail. So the laws have to change. You can't take a guy, okay, you got him. You got him for crime. And then you give him a plea bargain and he's out of jail in 2 years or 3 years, and he's back doing the same nonsense again. The laws have to change. You got to make criminals scared. And the criminals are not scared anymore. They're not. But if in some of these states where people carry guns, you got a lot of people, they're not going to mess with somebody. They're not going to run up on somebody thinking that, okay, he might have heat, because this is a state where they can carry guns. So you got it, that also makes a difference. Change the laws where guys, when they go to jail, and you'll see the difference. You can't say, well, this guy, he just robbed this old woman, knocked her down. You know what I'm saying? She's in a coma. He go to jail and he's out in 5, maybe 10 years. No, he just robbed that woman, knocked her down. She in a coma. His days of walking the street are over. You got to let them know that you are useless now to mankind. Your days of walking the street are over. You have to change the laws and before you do anything.
But see, the thing about changing the laws, what you have to understand. Let's understand one thing. The thing about changing the laws is that the laws focus on what? People of color. People of color are the ones falling victims to the laws.
Got you.
So as far as this change the law to make it right, no. Because if I commit a crime and a Caucasian guy committed crime, the same exact crime, I'm going to pay for that crime more than he will, if he's paid for it at all. Well, so as far as changing the law, all that changing the law is like.
I got a response for you on that one. I'm gonna tell you what I told somebody. Then don't commit the crime.
That was just hypothetical, I was saying, because I'm not committing crime.
No, I know. I agree with what you said, because what you said is absolutely true. If you rob somebody, you're gonna get 20 years. But if the white boy robs somebody, he's gonna get 2.5 years. I agree with you 100%. Here's the deal. You and me came up the same block, same area a lot of our friends came up with. And guess what me and you never did? Commit the crime. Don't commit the crime, because you know they're going to give you the time. We came up, and only our mother raised us. A single woman raised us. And look at us. Look what we have persevered. Look at us. You did 20 plus years in your job. You was able to retire. I'm on my 31st year at my job, and none of us has been to jail. Why is that? Because we didn't have to do the crime. We didn't sell the drugs and nothing, that foolishness. You don't have to do it.
Good dialogue. The laws there are two sets of laws. We know that. One for people of color. So the laws should not see color. However, until that is corrected, you're always going to see people of color doing more time for the same crime. Can that change? Do y'all see the laws ever changing? And no. The laws are designed to not see any color or gender.
No, it won't change. No, it won't change. It won't change.
Unfortunate. I don't think it'll change. I don't think it'll change.
It won't change.
Let's see if they got any more questions for you guys.
We got to be smart to say, I don't have to sell the drug, but we've gotten to the point where we saying, man, I don't want to do janitorial work, or I don't want to work at McDonald's, or I don't want to sweep the floors. That's the mindset we're at. And that's why we get out there and say, I can make more money selling drugs. You want to do the crime.
Okay. I got you, Big Rob. Funkle Ray, any final responses to that?
No, I'm good. I don't want to overtalk.
He's too busy looking at the Yankees right now, y'all.
No, the Yankees. I was checking out the Mets. I was checking out the Mets. For all y'all Met fans, DeGrom went 8 innings, 13 strikeouts, and lost.
Unfortunately, that's unfortunate for the Mets. Obviously, the Mets has always been the second little brother.
Yeah, and lost. He all that 13 strikeouts. He gave up 5 hits and lost.
What was the score?
3-0.
Oh my goodness! And he did that much work?
He did all that. They kept him in 8 innings because I guess they don't trust their bullpen, and the Mets still lost.
What was the Yankees score?
They need to address those bats. They can't score more than 3 points. They had no points.
Wow, and he got 13
to the Marlins. To the Marlins, to the Miami Marlins at that.
What about the Yankees? How'd they do today?
Yankees lost. The Yankees lost 4-0 to the Rays.
They haven't been looking good so far this season. The Yankees
so the Mets lost 3-0. The Yankees lost 4-0, 7-0. Wow, New York.
All right, everybody out there, we're gonna wrap it up. If y'all have any questions or comments, please share that with us. Hit the subscribe button. Make sure your notifications are turned on. Like, share, do all of that great stuff to keep the Funkles in the eye of the world. All right, y'all. Y'all have a great weekend. Peace.
Peace.